What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with Put a Ring on It CheatHab, where the people continue to show up real raggedy. Okay, real raggedy. Before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Make sure y'all like the videos and make sure you guys are now hyping the videos. Okay. Season 1, episode 4, The Breaking Point. Y'all, whew. So the episode picks up with Dominique telling Robin that there are consequences for her actions. And Dr. Stacy was like, whoa, who actions? Robin? Like, I do feel like part of me feels like, no, you can't conduct yourself like this. But lady, let me tell you something, Miss Stacy, ma'am. If somebody was trying to come at your husband, you would pop off too. Okay, so you trying to control this lady emotions and her frustration is beyond me. But I get it. You got to show a little class since y'all on the own network, I guess. Anyway, Dominique tells Dr. Stacy, you told me to be honest, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And she was like, you right. So Robin tells Dominique that you have a good one and you need to recognize what you have because baby. And so I was like, girl, shut the fuck up. Because you sound desperate. Because if he was a good man, we wouldn't be here on CheatHab. I'm only a minute and 36 in, and y'all really trying to piss me off. Don't piss me off. Okay? Anyway, because she sound like a pick-me. Okay? Pissing me off. Talking about you got a good one. The nigga on CheatHab. What's great about that? Tell me what's the secret. Okay? Anyway, everything looks good. And this is what I will say to Miss Robin. Yeah, everything looks good in your eye because of what the hell he's sitting here telling you until he decides to leave this lady, get with you, and do the same thing he doing to you, doing to her. He's going to do those things to you. I'm just saying. But y'all just want to, we all want to, not we, because I ain't with nobody, but y'all want to sit here and overlook them red flags. Okay? My God on today. So Travis says she act like this often. Dr. Stacy asks him how does he feel about it. He said they go through this often and that she can be very unpredictable. But I'm like, Travis, you're not even reassuring. You leave this lady on bread or whatever. You don't answer her calls. Like, I don't understand. What is it that she has to... What is it? This lady already came with trauma. She already don't trust nobody, which I don't feel like Dominique is suitable to be in a relationship right now. But that's just my personal opinion. But not only that, you add to that. By first of all, this long distance relationship, you in Miami, she in Cali. Make that make sense to me. But and then you don't reassure her. In fact, you ghost her, making her even more not trusting of you. Anyway. Dr. Stacy got on my nerves a little bit this episode because you really sitting here taking up for these people as if I guess in a grand scheme of things, you want everybody to work out their problems and, find a common ground to make their relationship better. But once again, this is called CheatHab. A rehabilitation show for fucking cheaters. Lady, get out of my face. Anyway, Dominique, because no ma'am. Dr. Stacy tells Dominique, you started real level-headed, and she asks, do she feel like she's going to lose him? Dominique has never been level-headed. That is what she presented. She presents it well. Okay, she did, and then her slip started to show, and she should want to lose him. She should. So Dominique said, I think she said this just to go along to get along. She said it's because it's another woman. Dr. Stacy tells her there will always be other women. No, there shouldn't be other women. If you decide you want to get in a monogamous relationship, there should not be other women. If we're talking about monogamy with a long distance relationship that already has, that's already a strain. That's already a scarlet letter. Okay. You're afraid of losing him. Girl, ma'am, it's always other women. Well, go be with them other women. If it's always other women, then he should go be with those other women. I feel like you saying that has given him more of an excuse to show up how he shows up. Anyway, it just felt like you want to remind Dominique that, you know, that he's the prize. Anyway, she decided to ask Dominique, well, who loses in the end? Not me. If I get rid of this loser, that is a win to me. Dominique said, well, I guess it's me. I said, no in the hell, ma'am. No, ma'am. He's the loser. He's the cheater. You should want to get rid of him. Like, again, y'all making him feel like he's the prize. Anyway, Dr. Stacy tells her it's something in her, and I agree with this. Dr. Stacy tells Dominique it is something in her that's telling her that she's not enough, and now she has to fight for what's hers. I totally agree with this. And so she also tells her, and you telling Robin, I'm sorry. She told her that, and then she tells her, even with Robin sitting here, this man is still telling you that you are enough. Dr. Stacy, ma'am, this man's actions isn't matching his words, which is why, again, we're here. CheatHab. But again, I agree with what you said about her not, her not being enough. Somebody didn't tell her that she was enough, or they told her she was nothing. It's either or. She either didn't get it at all, or she got, you're never enough. You're not this, you're not that. Telling her everything she's not. Anyway, Dominique talks about her trauma of the people hurting her from her past and abandoning her. She tells Dominique that she has to let that go. Dr. Stacy, you as a therapist, as a counselor, therapist, it is not your job. You cannot do that, ma'am. Let me see. First of all, you can't tell anybody to let something go without even giving them the tools on how to let it go. Because if she's going to let that part go, she needs to start with this relationship. Dr. First, give me my damn credentials, okay? Did you go to the same school that Cheyenne Bryan went to? Because you pissing me off. Like, why would you say that to her? Yes. Now, I do agree. She told her you need to let him go. And when she said it, she didn't mean it in a literal sense. She meant it in whatever he's doing has nothing to do with you. But that comes with, that takes time. You can't tell somebody to do that and they're automatically supposed to show up like that. That's not who she is. She needs tools. She first needs to let Travis go. Travis is the biggest issue for her right now. But you're going to tell her to stay in something where she's not settled in her spirit isn't settled. Like, she don't trust this man. She doesn't trust anybody. But she's not settled. She's not regulated or anything like that. But you just going to tell her you just have to let it go. And, that's a lot. That's a lot to tell somebody about their trauma. I would think more, you would say more than that, Miss Stacy. And maybe it's because of production. And we don't get to see the inner workings of what you're really saying to these people. But I felt like this was very distasteful. No, ma'am, Pam. No, ma'am, Pam. Not without Not no, because first of all, what y'all doing is opposite. What y'all really should not be doing is putting people, keeping them together with the person that was cheating on them. That's not gonna work. But we just gonna entertain it because this is a stupid ass own show. Okay. Anyway, Mimi. Okay, Mimi is still pissed off at Josh being in the hot tub with Jessica. So now she finna do her thing. She said she finna do her. He said he was feeling insecure about Mimi's date. Sir, please. Cash took Mimi to Tantra yoga session. Okay, if y'all don't know what Tantra yoga is, it is where two people, they get close and they're touching and there's some sort of intimate parts of Tantra yoga. Okay? Anyway, she says that she's all over the place, and I'm like, at your big ass age, are you I don't know. I'm just so sick of this. And so now my question is, are you using Cash because you're pissed off at Josh? And if you are, you need to let him go. There is no reason to tank this young man if you don't want anything from him. Oh, Lord. So Josh, Mimi makes it back to the house. Josh want to hug all over Mimi and tell her how much you miss her. And I'm looking at Josh like, Josh, please. You just want her to come back from her date so you can feel better. So he asks her about the date. She tells him that they did Tantra yoga. And he said, listen, I don't know what that means. And you should have kept his stupid ass in the dark. But whatever. He was going to say it on TV. He was like, well, I don't know what that means. But if somebody would ask me what that means, I would say they out getting ice cream or yogurt. And I'm just like, this what you crying over? A nigga don't know the difference between yoga and yogurt or Tantra yoga? Grown ass man. Josh said he was stressed out because she was explaining everything to him, but she didn't explain all of it. And the way he let Jessica disrespect you, by the way, and he kept disrespecting you, the way, this is how I would have came in. Oh yeah, we did Tantra yoga. What's that? That's yoga where we sit face to face and he like this, I'm like this, and we like this. Baby, he was touching all over me. Okay, because I let him touch my right. Okay. Just saying. I definitely would have laid it on very thick and did not give a damn how Josh felt. Anyway, Josh sitting there like this. Why is you sitting there looking stressed all in your face? You already look old. Why is you sitting there looking stressed? Anyway, he said he was stressed out, and that the date was getting to him. Okay? So then Dr. Stacy comes. She want to know about everybody's second date. Mia said she had a good time. She said her and Dr. Kevin have things in common. And she said, she mentioned how Dr. Kevin told her if I was in a relationship, I wouldn't be in a long distance relationship. Somebody, they talked about, if it was him, somebody would have to make a move. And I'm pretty sure if she was to get with him, her dumb ass would probably move. I'm sorry. She aggravates me so bad. So bad. Mia feels like her situation, she liked the situation, but she feel like it will work if Jordan would be that person that she will be in that situation with, where her and Jordan can come to a common ground and they can move, in the same state or whatever. He said he needed to see if she trusts that she has a good man. Don't piss me off, Jaren, but whatever. Dr. Stacy tells Mia that there are things that happens when you get into a long distance relationship, and that Mia has to take responsibility for the way she operate on her end. And I totally get it. I think that that's fair. But Mia is very insecure. Very, very insecure. And he plays on that. And I don't care what nobody got. He definitely plays on his lady insecurities, and he play on this lady top because he know he can get away with it. So then we get to Dominique. Okay, she said she liked Sean. She said Sean was fun and they had great conversation. Travis said that he didn't threaten a man. He said that he's learning to control his emotions. So Dr. Stacy tells him not to control his emotions because those things build up, but work through your emotions. And I was like, okay, Dr. Stacy, I see what you did there. But even while you're working through it, just a piece of advice, even while you're working through it, you still can control them. You have the ability, you have the wherewithal and all of that. You have constraint over yourself to decide whether or not how your emotions going to go towards a person. So yes, you have control over your own emotions. Anyway, Jessica, we talk about the whole session with Jessica, Mimi, and Joshua. So she asked Joshua, has there been any change? He was like, yeah, we get along. And, she was like, I call bullshit. Okay, she didn't say that. I just wanted to say that for theatrics. She said, I call bullshit. He was like looking very flabbergasted. And she was like, because you and Mimi have always gotten along. She said, you guys are not sleeping together and you guys haven't slept together in 3 months. Of course, everybody looks, shocked. But I'm looking at Travis and his whole disposition. And if you are not around Dominique, and I don't know how often y'all see each other, why are you looking like that? Because it's given. He ain't. Are you having with somebody other than Dominique? I just caught that little tidbit in his whole, you slightly judging these people. Anyway, Josh finally admits that nothing has changed between them. Exactly. Well, you gonna sit here and lie, and then Mimi, she's sitting here shaking her head doing this. Ma'am, you look like you was finna go along with whatever lie he was about to conjure up. This is what pisses me off about y'all. Y'all really get on my nerves. Joshua is very emotionally unavailable at his big old age. I'm sorry, Mimi, you need to get rid of this joker. Anyway, Mimi talks to them about her date with Cash and how they went to tantric yoga. And so Stacy wants her to be very forthcoming with what happened and how the positions was. Now, Mimi start to stammer and simmer now because you're lying. You're not telling Josh everything, which is why you still feel bad for how he's feeling, because you lied about it. And if you gonna show up how you was gonna show up, then that's what you should have did. You was like, I'm mad at Josh, I'm finna do me. So you was just gonna do you and not say nothing about it. That's what that was supposed to be. No, ma'am. If you gonna do it, stand in that shit. If they say you did that shit, then say you did that shit. But no, you catering to his feelings and his needs when he has shown you over and over, even in the sessions, that he don't do the same for you. Oh, child. Joshua is pissed off about all the different positions that Mimi did not disclose. Okay, but wasn't you in a hot tub with Jessica? Okay. Mimi didn't lie and say she didn't remember. Mimi, girl, shut up. Just shut up. Just stop talking. So, anyway, Dominique decides she wants to take the second date. Mia would go on a second date with Dr. Kevin, and Jerron said, "You know what? I'm going on my date, and that's important to me." Again, childish, making her pay for being honest in her feelings about her date with Dr. Kevin. That's exactly what he was doing. I cannot stand. Jaren, get on my nerve. Okay, Mimi will go on another date with another man because her conscience is eating her up. And in her confessional, she said Cash is everything Joshua is not. Once again, why aren't you going on a third date with Cash? You didn't like him like that. You wanted to use him to piss Joshua off. That's all you did that for, and I hate that for him. Anyway, we get to the men. Travis go on his date with Robin. Robin, what the hell is your clothes? You always coming prancing in front of this damn man naked, and then you want him to take you serious. All your ass is out in that skirt. Are y'all going to the beach? Absolutely the hell not. Y'all was going to a restaurant. You got all your titties out. You got your ass out. And now you want to show your ra-ta-ta-ta-ta. Girl, get out my face. She been pissing me off. Robin is the biggest pick-me. Okay, I just feel like if you have to do all of this to get a man, that makes you look even more thirsty. In my opinion, that just makes Robin look even more thirsty. She said she wanted him to get to know her, but he was like, how can I get to know you when you're half naked and I'm naked and I'm not even seeing you because I'm seeing your body parts and they flinging everywhere. Girl, please. So now Joshua is mad. He started to pick a fight with Mimi. I feel like that's what he was doing. I guess Joshua, I feel like, low-key you trying to pick a fight so you can do whatever the hell you want to do on this date with Jessica. I don't know. Jessica is still back being disrespectful AF. Mimi says she feel bad about the tantric yoga, and I'm like, why? You only feel bad because you're scared of what Josh is going to do with Jessica on his end. That's the only reason you feel bad about it. That's the only reason you feel bad, because you don't know what's going on that other end. And you don't want to be cheated on once again and made to look crazy, but you already look crazy. Anyway, Jessica, I just feel like she should feel crazy because he lied to you and he's still sitting here playing in your face and not giving you a straight answer that you're looking for. But you will go 10 rounds with this man or lady just to try to look like the head side piece in charge. Girl, you sound crazy. In my opinion, you sound real crazy. Junie B was beautiful. Okay, baby, when I tell you Junie B gave body, Junie B gave face, hair. Junie B just gave. Okay, and that had Mia shaking in her boots. Mia in her sour face was so insecure. And if you have to go through all of this, again, you don't need to be in a relationship with Jaren. Let Jaren have Junie B or whomever else of pigtails. Okay? Then what pissed me off about Mia, you kept trying to shame this lady in her hair. Talking about she look, because first of all, what's her name? She said Junie B looks like the woman who Jaren had the affair with. That is already triggering. So now, since she reminds you of that woman, you want to pick this lady apart like she did something to you. She has not done anything to you. And I feel like you talking about her hair, talking about she don't have no hair, but I got hair, or whatever you said. That shit was very childish. And who you're really mad at is Jaren and that woman he cheated on you with. Like, get out my face. Get all the way out my face, because I felt like that was in poor taste and you didn't have to do that. Anyway, and it's another thing that pisses me off about Mia. You are so insecure that you don't want your man to hold the door open for a woman. This is your second or third time saying that. Every time he go on a date, you want him to be rude to other women, but that is a reflection of y'all relationship, because that is how he treat you. Anyway, the only reason, because let me tell you, see this little part right here, Travis get in a car and he asked Robin, he said, what would you do if I kiss you? Would you kiss me back? You really wanted to kiss that lady. You really wanted to touch on that lady. And everything you did in that moment was very, very real. You was about to kiss her and then you turned away. The only reason you knew you wouldn't do it, and there was constraints, you held yourself down, is because of the cameras. If there were no cameras rolling, you would have been stuck that lady. If we gonna keep it a buck, you would have done that. Anyway, Robin tells Travis that she had to use the bathroom. If you don't go squat somewhere with that little bitty ass dress on and go directly to hell, because what was your drawers? He brought Robin in there, and Mia gets really loud and was like, Robin, where's your clothes? Mia, mind your business. Mind your business. Okay? You are projecting. You are definitely projecting, because you are taking whatever frustrations you have out with Jaren and that woman that looked like the woman that Jaren cheated on you with. You putting all that on Robin. That's not okay. And this not your relationship, so you need to mind your business. That's a grown woman, and if she want to walk around the way she want to walk around, that's on her. That don't have no bearings on you and these other ladies. But Dominique decided she wanted to get real upset, and then Mia was like, I have a sweater for you. I have a sweater for you. And I'm like, girl, policing that lady's body is gonna make him do what? That is not going to make him act right. But whatever. Dominique start to pop off. Mia's still going off. Mia, shut up. And then Travis get into it with Dominique. They have this huge screaming match. Mimi said in her confessional that she was basically a bit disappointed in Dominique, and how she allowed Robin to take her there. And Dominique threw his food on the floor. He was like, this wagyu. Okay, well, sir, we don't care. Okay, you should have ate all of it at the restaurant. All right. This where the episode ended. I was like, yeah, you know what? I cannot with y'all. Yeah, again, we need to remind everybody that this is CheatHab. Okay, this is not just basic put a ring on it. This is put a ring on it, CheatHab, okay? We're a cheating, okay? Anyway, that's all I got. This is your girl, Kiwan, reminding you to keep showing up, keep growing, stay true to yourself, and I will catch y'all in the next video.